So, welcome back to my channel, and for the last of the viewing of my blueprint builds. Before we go anywhere, I have noticed that I have reached the grand total of 10 subscribers. Thank you each and every one of you for subscribing to my channel. It's a real encouragement to me, and it's fantastic to see getting even just this small amount of support. It really boosts me and allows me to continue making these videos that I'm hoping that you are liking to watch. Speaking of which, while we're zoopling along to the mushroom house, making lots of clanky noises, I'm going to ask you to write in the comments section what more you'd like to see me do in Creativerse. Do you want me to see me do any sort of builds? Is there any particular thing that you would like to see me build? Any particular biome you would like me to show you? Any sort of, I'm not very much of a tips and tricks kind of person, but I can give it my best. And yes, any suggestions that you might have of what you would like to see, pop them in the comments and I'll do my best to oblige. Now, I remember with the Viking Longhouse, I said, yes, this is the only one I've built in a canyon biome. Well, yeah, I'd forgotten about my little one-up mushroom house. I can't imagine why I call it one-up. I will leave that to other people to fathom out. But I love this little mushroom house. I love how they've used grass and reeds to give it this sort of organic feel. They've used green tourmaline glass to do the underside. Is that the right way of saying it, tourmaline? I don't think I've actually ever heard anybody say it out loud. I've just ever seen it written down, so that's my own made-up pronunciation. If it's wrong, well, you know, it works for me. And here we have this little desk made out of slabs, because I've been thinking about it, and you've got tables in Creativerse, but not actually a desk. So this is quite a nice little idea. They've used wooden slabs here, giving it a very rustic feel. But I was thinking you could really use any kind of slab, couldn't you? I mean, right away from, you can go, I suppose you could go lumite if you were really going to go a bit psychedelic. You could go diamond, be a bit posh. Obsidian would give you a kind of gothic look, wouldn't it? So just with this idea of 3 slabs, it's so simple. You can actually do something quite interesting with it, I would think. I like the way they've arranged all these bookshelves. Instead of it being completely solid, you've got this tourmaline glass and you've got fence. I'm not a big fan of the coloured lights, but it does work in here when you've got this yellow carpet and this upside down shrub, which just shows that you have to use things in context. Oh, do the top of the ladder dance. And here we are in the upstairs with a little yellow bed and bookcases everywhere, flowers growing. I kind of liken this build, especially considering where I've situated it to sort of like a holiday chalet. The kind of holiday where you go and you're going to go pony trekking and mountain hiking and all that sort of thing. And this would be your little place where you'd rest after a long day in the outdoors, enjoying yourself. Keepers everywhere. I'm going to leave that one in peace, let it do its little jingle jangle. And you'll see, because I've put grass in this kind of biome, I've created a sort of interesting ecology in that we've got rocksters, with there's chizards, we have pigsies, we've got boss hog standing there lording it over us all. It's quite interesting critter-wise. Now, let's zwing all the way back. We're going to go see the mass transit. Eventually. Dup, da, da, dup, 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 dup. Ba, ba, da, da. And again, this is because, you know, I'm taking you to places that are spread out all over the map. So it's quicker than walking. That's the best I can say. And this one should be instantaneous, yes, because we're in the same sort of block area, because we've just zipped across from over there. So here we can have a look out over all. I think I have shown you all of this stuff, and I'm just going to show that sort of picture that I've done. If that's something that you'd like to see me do, if you'd like to see me do a couple more of those, then, you know, chuck that in the comments and say, yeah, we'd like to see how you do with your sky art. And I mean, I'd be interested. This one's perched on a mountain. I'd be quite interested to do it perched on nothing, floating overhead. There's lots of ideas with that. If that's something you'd like to see me do, then you just let me know that, because after this we are going to be needing some ideas. So I mean, there's plenty of ideas out there. Right, now this was the I can't remember, honestly can't remember the name of the blueprint, but it's one of the, it's like, I think it's traditional house or something like that, and I've heavily modified it. I've done one with the original blueprint items in another world, and so on this one I thought, I know what it looks like and I just want to do something different. And it came up with a rather interesting problem, is that here it's normally glass, but I thought windows would do, except while it doesn't matter with a glass block, with these rotation matters. So when I put these in, they were rotated incorrectly, so they almost looked like slats, and I thought, oh, that's a nice look. But then after a while it didn't look right, so I changed it round. But I mean, there's no reason why you wouldn't want them to look like slat or louvered windows that are sort of open. It was kind of an interesting idea, but not one that I felt comfortable with. And this was a suggestion of a friend of mine, Sarah, and she said what you need in here is a snack bar. So that's exactly what I've put. I've put in a snack bar. I'm not sure if I would particularly find a lot of this appetizing, like the coal soup or the blazing soup or the corrupted pie. The gingerbread, oh yeah, I'd go for the gingerbread. Turnips raw, I think I'll pass. Corrupted bread, perhaps not, eh? But you know, these are nutritional things in Creativerse, and people are free to take what they want and pay me with whatever they've got. If they've got nothing, then nothing will be what they pay. This is another work in progress. It's going to be an office, and yes, it isn't an office yet. It is just an empty space. And this was one where I didn't change the windows, and you can see this is what they do. Don't know. Kind of left that there because it kind of works, but didn't work for me. Yes, and then this goes back out into the mass transit that we have already explored in other. Let's close doors behind me. Yes, so I mean, that could be another suggestion in the comments, is, you know, listen here, Tashi babes, you know, finish your unfinished projects. We would like to see your ideas realized in their full entirety, rather than bits and bobs and places to fall off of, which is fair comment. So yes, if that's what you'd like to see, I've got plenty of unfinished projects, so yes, we can do that. Now, let us go explore the hidden temple. Ding-a-ding-ding-ding-ding. Well, where is it? We're in an interesting biome here in that we've got grassland, autumn trees, elderwood over there, and jungle. And here is the hidden temple. Right. Yes, the hidden temple. This is the little hidden temple. And it is exactly that. It's pretty. It's fun. It's compact. Most of this outside area is something that I put in sploosh, woo, just to create a bit of interest. That sounds like something drowning. Yes, there it is. Sometimes creatures, it's funny, they can path in the water, but if they spawn in the water, they drown. Interesting little bug, perhaps? But there we have, proof positive on video. Now, what's through here as we zwing our intrepid explorers in our pith hats and khaki outfits? Ta-da! Ooh, darkness. Scary cave. No, we don't want to go in there. So where do we want to go? Shall we try? These stairs seem to tell us something. More stairs. Ooh. Now this is a proper temple in a proper jungle. This was what we were looking for. The other one was just a little ruse. Ooh, can you hear jungle noises? Woo-wee. Yes, this is the majestic hidden temple, and I kind of think it is. It's very tall, very long, lots of interesting features. It's meant to look a little bit overgrown. I love these tall lights. I wish we had these in sort of different styles, but that's just me being a little greedy pants. Got these beautiful thrones for the chief and chiefess, I'd like to say. Yes, and well, king or queen, I suppose. Head honcho and his wife. Or her husband. There we have a chest for tributes, and here is where the priests share a glass, literally share a glass of wine. We have a worshipper. Hello, Pigsy. How you doing, pal? Alright, excuse us, love. That's it, out the way. And we have steps into this tiny little bit of bog. Enchanting. Can we do a far away look? Far away look. Hey, far away look. There we can see how tall it gets. And I kind of like the way I've managed to get this to sort of fit in with its surroundings. I wanted it to look overgrown, abandoned, ancient, something you discover as you're exploring, and I think I achieved that. Okay. I think we're gonna fight. I think we are gonna fight. Oh, no. I'm going to die. fight, fighty, fight. And for some reason, in my panic, I thought I'd switched and I hadn't. And I pulled up this step. I'm doing so well today. Right. Let's recover and head back home. So that's it. Those are the three well, four really, because there were two hidden temples. There's the little one which I've used as an entrance to the big one, this one. And we did the mushroom house, we did the what I call my mass transit, and as a little bonus, I think I'm going to take us to the sky platform. This was just me. I was basically testing out to see if you had unlimited protection from fall damage in the sea, and it turns out that yes, you do. Now this is as high up as you can get. You can see if I jump, I hit my head on the invisible sky ceiling. I always knew there was a sky ceiling, didn't you? And if we creep to the edge, there is no bottom. I tell you what, let's take that leap of faith. Wow! Okay. There we are. The sky platform in all its glory. Wasn't that simply marvellous? And I'm pretty sure from the top of there you could glide to anywhere you wanted to. But we're just going to glide down to here, set our little tootsies down, and we're going to teleport home. And that is the end of that. So please, as I say, leave a comment, tell me what you'd like to see me do further, and yes, I will be back. If I don't say anything in the comments, then I will just assume you want me to ramble on as I've been rambling on, and I'll find things interesting for us to do. As it is with Creativerse, there's always something interesting, like for example the incredible vanishing house. Woo! Most favourite glitch ever. This can persist as well, which makes finding my stairway quite an interesting feat. But yes, we won't worry about that for now. So once again, I appreciate all the comments. Thank you to all of my subscribers. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you like what I'm doing. And you know, I love you loads. Peace out, peeps.